name's Amy, and my speech is on the demonstration of how to take a manual blood pressure, and this is my audience. They all look so happy, don't they? Okay, I am going to get a volunteer. Would you like to volunteer, ma'am?
Sure.
Okay. Miss Danielle is going to be my volunteer.
And over the other side here.
Okay. When you take a manual blood pressure, you want to make sure that their back is supported and that their feet is firmly on the ground. And of course, you need a stethoscope and a blood pressure cuff. And you also want to make sure when you do a blood pressure that you ask them if they have any kind of medical condition that prevents taking a blood pressure in a certain arm.
No.
Okay. All right. And then once we've determined that, I am going to feel for a pulse. Okay. And like one of the medical conditions like that you would prohibit a blood pressure in a particular arm would be like a mastectomy. Okay. And then on the blood pressure cuff, it actually shows arrows where the artery is at, so you want to line that up with that. And the top number that you get is systolic, and the systolic means that it is when your heart contracts. So that would be on your blood pressure when you pump it up. When you slowly release, the first number that you hear is your systolic, and then the last heartbeat you hear on your when you're taking the blood pressure is diastolic, and that is actually the lower number of the two, and that is when the heart is actually relaxing. Okay, so and when you do it, you want to keep the heart or keep the arm at like heart level. Okay, the first number that I heard on her was 118, which is her systolic, and the second number I heard on her was 82. Okay, so Danielle has never taken a blood pressure before, so I'm going to walk her through how to take a blood pressure so she can see how easy it is. So we're going to need another volunteer. Okay. Todd's going to be our volunteer here. And do you have any medical conditions that prevent us from taking blood pressure?
No.
Okay. Alright. Alright, now remember you want to feel for a pulse first.
Doesn't matter. Oh, there you go. Sorry.
Okay. And then you want to
Right.
Yep. You want to make sure that the blood pressure cuff is an inch up from the bend of the elbow. Okay. And your back is firmly against the chair and your feet's on the floor. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. And you want to make sure his arms up there. And I always like to ask too if they know about what their blood pressure runs, so that I can make sure that.
No idea.
No idea. Like, so you can make sure you pump it up far enough.
I at 160 over like 82.
Wow. You might want to consider going to the doctor.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, well, maybe you might want to check it.
Okay, I'll check it in a different arm. You're supposed to give about a minute after you check the blood pressure. In that arm, we would wait a minute, but I'll just go ahead and check it in the other arm. It wasn't that bad though, was it?
No.
I think it's important too, with blood pressure, having the correct numbers, because especially if you depend on medication administration, like if you take digoxin, which is, you know, it regulates your heart, your pulse, and stuff like that. I got 158 over 80, so you're pretty close. And blood pressure can vary from arm to arm. Okay, so that wasn't too bad, was it?
No.
Okay. Okay, well, I hope you guys learned from my demonstration on blood pressure. Once again, the systolic, which is the top number, is when your heart contracts, and when the bottom number is diastolic, which your heart relaxes. And like I said, it's important to know correct numbers, especially for medication purposes, and also just to keep track of your health. I hope you've learned something, and thanks for watching.